So come on in, take a sip, and happy Monday. Let's wind down. We've got ourselves a Monday Guardian Cryptic, which I've been anxiously awaiting all day. And today we have a 2022 Dornfelder im Barrique gereift. And this one has had a few minutes to calm down since pouring it. It's this is a lovely fruity bouquet on the nose. It is just full of florals and the botanicals. You can really pick up that Deutsche Cassis and some black stone fruit for sure. Thinking even maybe some blueberry. And on the palate, this is a universal wine. This is a fabulous table wine. Fabulous. You could eat anything with it. There's anything that will go with a red wine. You're game on it. Tannins aren't overpowering. It's soft. It's beautiful finish. It's one of those wines that could make sweet wine lovers and dry wine lovers unite, because it does give that impression through the nose, as a lot of the more quality wines do. But this is absolutely a dry wine. But your nose can fool your palate, and yes, so. I would say just anything you wanted, from savory to spicy to you name it. It would go with it all. Barring muesli, of course. All right. So, got home a little late today. It's been a long day. Everything's just a little out of whack, so I'm so sorry for that. I'm going to try to get this up as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and hop into our grid and see what's in the cards for me today. And honestly, I missed this all weekend. I did hear from a few of my normally Guardian-only commenters on the Sunday New York Times. So thank you for crossing over, doing a little bit of Yank stuff for a day. Kind of nice of you. So we have a Guardian Cryptic number 29692, set by Brummie. So I don't have an opinion on many of these folks just yet, other than Vlad. Vlad comes to mind a lot, especially when it comes to impaling me. And we'll see here. So let's go ahead and jump into this Guardian Cryptic. Artist's book is framed by Nick. Okay. High-ranking woman is worthless, say on the inside. I'm assuming word processor. Feature that wizards find restricting. First place I went in my mind was just like maybe spell check. And then I thought spell check. Got it. Okay. Now, can the rest of it just do like this for me? Artist's book is framed by Nick. I don't know yet. I'm going to try to figure that out. Will's supplementary bit of fish. One caught on one line. So is this Will is in a more laid back William? Is this a Will is in something to be executed by a state? Bit of fish. I know if I'm in England, fish and chips is everywhere. Can't eat it with all that batter. But I did have it in 2006. I loved my trip to London that summer, even though it was, it was interminably hot. I'm gonna go that we're talking inheritance and estate probation. I'm gonna go with a codicil. I'm struggling in my mind to figure out how that works with the one caught on one line. But the Will supplementary bit of fish, that makes most sense. Blur challenged to cover rock. Artist's book is framed by Nick. I'm thinking this is a cubist, and I'm trying. I can see how a nick could be a cut. So we've got ubis in the center. I don't know. High-ranking woman is worthless. Say on the inside. Was behind, but determined. So I think we've got a double definition here. We've got dog. Dogged or dogged. Obsession about #1 mug color. And high-ranking woman is worthless, say on the inside. Is this a bee gum, as in a that's Arabic for wife, isn't it? It's like a Muslim wife, I think. Obsession about #1 mug color. #1 mug. Oh, like your face, maybe a complexion. You know, and that is too, because obsession could be a complex. And #1 could be moving back. Maybe? I don't know. Oxen infected with bacteria worsening. Worsening. Well, that sounds like exacerbation. Oh man, if this grid keeps this up, I'm in good shape today. Blur challenge to cover rock. I have no idea what that could possibly be. Like leech, lurch, a leash? It could be a leash. I know none of it's making sense in my mind. Leaves set with fancy chic interior. Tastelessness of trendy color scheme, odd right off. Tastelessness. So this is probably the root here. Probably be decorum, and so maybe indecorum. And sometimes in my youth, when I were in rare form, I might have been accused of being indecorous on occasion, but never to the fairer sex, that's for sure. I don't know, leaves set with fancy chic interior. Man, yeah, gosh, well, can't we all be Begum and Spellcheck and Codicil? Exacerbation. All these suits put in a case. That could be maybe a pack. It could be a deck. I'm thinking suits, I'm thinking cards. So, I mean, you have a pack of cards? I mean, I guess you could have a pack of cards, but then you have a deck of cards for sure. But is it a deck? Is it inside a case? No, it's the deck. It's the card deck. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta... One's unfashionable cul-de-sac. It's a cul-de-sac. So one way in, one way out. And I don't recall in the UK if y'all have the same cul-de-sacs that we have in the States. Really, if you look at it over when you're flying over an airport in the US, you see them all the time. They're like this big light bulb shape that's the asphalt and then the houses around them, you know. And I don't remember ever seeing one in the UK. And I drove through many neighborhoods while driving through the UK because you usually stay at an Airbnb or something like that, which is a little bit nicer. than staying at a hotel or a pub. But then, you know, but nowadays Airbnb's getting to the point where the list of stuff to do, you know, yeah, well, you know, make sure, you know, don't touch the laundry equipment and don't mess with this, but make sure you do the dishes and make sure you straighten up this and clean the leaves out of the gutter and, you know, rake the yard. I mean, you know, like, okay, you know, maybe this is a bit much. It takes a brave sort to tuck into mixed dips in the form of earth. Rock group, Queen, wrecked tune, well said. So I've got this N down there, so I'm just going to say well said sounds eloquent to me. And so being in favor dulls the tongue. Maybe a language. Okay, so but if you look here at favor and dulls, there is an Urdu there. Anything else ending in a U, I'm not seeing it, except unless it would be ungu, and I don't know what that would be. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go with it because I mean that's all I got. I mean, I try to look at it, but eloquent though. So rock group Queen, rock group yellow Queen. Q, I spent wrecked tune, and sure enough, TUNE. The fact that I'm even getting any part of that, that's cause for celebration. I'm excited about it. So one's unfashionable cul de sac, and I'm assuming that we're talking about an impasse here, and quite literally, by definition, but one's unfashionable. Maybe I'm passé. And now I think we got a pack. I think we got ourselves a pack. And so it takes a brave sort to tuck into mixed dips in the form of earth. Takes a brave sort to tuck into mixed dips. Is that not clips? It's dips in the form of earth. Oh, form of earth, spheroid. Think I got that. Think I spelled that right. So leaves. Okay, this could definitely be radishi. So was it 2 C's in that? When's the last time I've spelt radicchio? Think about it, maybe never. Not once have I spelled that word. Blur challenge to cover rock. Okay, gosh. I think we got a lurch, though. We mentioned that earlier. But what that means, though, blur. Challenge to cover rock. No. I don't know. No, I'll maybe after thinking about it tonight, if I come up with something on my own without looking it up, I'll post it in the community, which means you probably won't hear from me because I'll have to look it up. Meal spot around 1, starting point for a heavenly trip. 6 and 4. Meal spot around 1, starting point for a heavenly trip. So maybe that's like, is it lunch? Maybe that would maybe starting point. Brief lapse by one getting on metro is an omen, not a failing. So, brief lapse by one getting on. Metro getting on. Brief lapse by one getting on. I'm thinking this is a senior moment. One getting on could be that, and I do believe I can take an anagram. Metro is an omen into a senior moment. Brummie, that is extremely clever. I'm loving it. I will really love it if we are correct. Oh no, I'm not seeing whatever that is. Aggressive, conservative club in bad movie. Aggressive. I mean, it could just be combative. I'm looking for where that can be anagrammed. I'm not seeing it in there. Combative. Yeah. Maybe. See, I don't have a T in bad movie. Club in bad movie. I'm not sure how that works, but it feels good. French port. 2 and 8. Well, there's only a few anything port-wise in France. So we got an 8-letter. Cellar constructed with hole. This should come to me if I can just get something else to come into it. At 8 letters, it feels like we're talking down in southwest France in La Rochelle, but I don't know if that's correct. Looked for missing top, anything at all. Actually, meal spot around 1. Starting point for a heavenly trip. This could be a launch site. Could be. And that tells me we probably do have La Rochelle. There we go. Member engaged in bitter claim. Okay. Composer's boundless freedom. Privileged types making military leader go. Privileged types. Are we speaking of the landed gentry? And is this the French composer Ibert? Because if you put an L and an E at the end, Liberty, so member engaged in bitter claim. I don't know, bitter claim, maybe allege. Because of that dodgy beer, drunk by you once. Looked for missing top, anything at all. Dodgy beer because of. Let's see, with these E's and that Y, this could very well be thereby. And I don't know what this is. Look for missing top. Anything at all. If testing includes an aspect of personality. Okay, so describing certain atoms is oxygen at issue. Describing certain atoms, we have an S there already, so how about isotopic? Bill goes into snack. Bill goes into snack. Quickly produce a smash hit. 8 letters. If testing includes an aspect of personality. We got prove. Testing is proving. An aspect of your personality. I mean, what? Ego, id, super id. I'm trying. I don't know. Skin pierced by lice infestation. It just makes me think cuticle, since I'm always obsessed with that. Every Saturday morning I have to go get my nails done. And I'm always like, make them shorter and get the cuticles done for me. I'll buff them out. Otherwise, they'll literally want to put lacquer on. I'm like, dude, I'm a dude. No, don't do that. No. Don't do that. No, kind lock, bitte. Kind lock. Insult club's top circle. How about a disc? Dis, and then maybe C for the circle. I don't know. If testing includes an aspect of personality, this could be proving, and then you do have the id in there. That feels okay. And I don't know how any of this works, but here, once again, Christopher is going to solve this one by just saying it looks a lot like, I might ought to put ought in there. That's how that feels to me. Quickly produce a smash hit. Okay, yeah, we got a knockout. Yay! At least that's what it looks like. And Bill goes into snack. And again, I don't know where it's coming from, but I think a snack would be quite tasty if it were a taco. Oh man, this might have been the easiest one we've run across in a long time. It didn't quite feel like the quick crossword, but it felt pretty good. Let's check all. By Jove. I'd say the old boy got it all right today. Well, not bad, Christopher. Not bad at all. Fantastic. Let me just soak this in for a moment, if you don't mind. This is a rather pleasing moment for me. Okay. I'll probably just keep it around afterwards and take a look at it later. This is great. I just love it when this happens. Then I just feel so chuffed, right? Accomplished. We're bringing on our Benny, our dad, too. And I just want to say to everybody, thank you so much. We've got so many new subscribers, and I'm not quite sure if they're coming in from The Guardian or from the New York Times. And it seems these days that there's equal numbers of views on either. But if you look at the total views from the channel, I mean, it's unbelievable. We're into the 20,000s of people viewing. And if we only had as many people subscribing or viewing, right? You know, I'd fly everybody down here for a weekend, right? But no, it's really kind of a nice feeling. It feels great. And I just want to say thank you to everybody out there, especially for those supportive words. I don't know what I would do without, so many of you, right, that are constantly there, so being supportive, saying, hey, way to go, you did all right, or hey, cheer up, you know, that was a tough one, you know, kind of a thing. And so, I mean, to the regulars and to everybody else that's just out there, I mean, thank you for that, right? You know, I mean, I owe a huge debt of gratitude to folks like Delphine and Neil and Silent Evie. There's just so many of you, right, you know, that have been nothing but wonderful. And then I got those that view both this and the New York Times, like, you know, Krishna Pandravad. I mean, it's just so wonderful to have those common names that you're used to seeing, and then you see new ones pop up. And you say to yourself, I get a chance to get to know this new person as well. And that kind of makes the whole thing worthwhile. So cheers to you all. Until we see you tomorrow, have a wonderful Monday evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until we do see you tomorrow for the Guardian Cryptic and the New York Times, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Try to be nice to strangers, and we'll see you on the morrow.